hypnagogic imagery, enhancement of the imaginal. And so, very much. Da Vinci also used and described this method of recognition perception. It has been described in all forms of divination. There's a very good book on divination that takes it out of the woo-woo new age. I can talk to your grandmother by looking at the astral projections of dolphins or something like that. Most of the philosophers look down on a lot of the magical practices, but they treat divination with respect. Notice the word divine in there, by the way, right? To divine something. Because if you pay attention very carefully, what they're talking about is a kind of imaginal intuition. It's, and I mean this now in a way that I think is completely understandable in cognitive scientific terms, right? So the divination was, people were just noticing that certain people were just really good in situations in which you couldn't propose a method, like you would, who should be at the forefront of the battle right now? Paul should be. And that person would often give good advice, and they couldn't tell you how, and it seems magical and, in the pejorative sense of the word. But the argument, I believe it's Stark is making, is that no, this is all very, very tractable for us now and makes a lot of sense. So the imaginary is when we use images to take us away from perception. The imaginal is when we use images for the sake of perception, to enhance perception, as I sometimes put it, to augment our perception of reality. You see how this lines up with eidetic induction really, really powerfully. Okay, so it has been described in all forms of divination, and recently the term pareidolia and apophenia. Yes, apophenia I'm familiar with. I'm not familiar with the other term. I'll have to look it up. Have been used to give the psychological component of this phenomena a scientific definition. Yeah, they do, but they're more descriptive terms. The apophenia are the ones I'm familiar with. I'm trying to get at a description. I'm trying to get at a scientific explanation of the underlying mechanism. I feel it has been helpful as a form of meditation and actually in helping me spend more time in the real world. Yes. Jordan Peterson states in some of his lectures that it's possible to find meaning in those things that manifest themselves to us. You bet. That's what I was talking about. I think it provokes a state of flow. Yes. Do you think this was a necessary psychotechnology pre-axial age? I think it's a necessary psychotechnology now. But of course, we can't return to a pre-axial world any more than we can return to a pre-scientific world. We have to learn as much as we can from these periods, but we have to give up the nostalgic longing to live in them. They had their time, and this is a different time. We have to. So this is, again, I put it on my gravestone: neither nostalgia nor utopia. And so the degree to which we can recover and exact that machinery for us here now, perhaps in conjunction with what Rachel proposes for the generation of art that we experience as sacredness and as putting us into right relationship with the sacred. This is what we have to do right now. This is our project right now.